it's the best rivalry in college football, and it's now fair. And there's no cheating, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Huge week one for your Buckeyes taking on number one Texas. And the Longhorns obviously are going to be looking for revenge after y'all beat them in the Cotton Bowl last year. So, could you give me your take on this game and also why you think Ohio State is going to win again, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great game. First and foremost, I think two great programs, two great fan bases, and two great coaches, teams. So it'll be a battle. But I think these first games of the year are one off toughness and what you did in camp, what you did in the off season. And I went up to Ohio State a couple weeks ago before camp, and I can see the work that they put in. So I think we're gonna come out on top. I'm excited to see. I think we got a new quarterback. I think Julian's gonna do a great. Just I think Coach Day does a good job by easing his quarterbacks in early on in the season, first year starting. And I think
Yeah.
the guys around him support him. So I'm excited to see, and I think it'll be a great game.
Obviously, the calendar is going to be marked for the last game of the season when they take on Michigan. The hype for the game, it seems like, is already insane. But I saw Dave Portnoy is talking about after chirping away after being banned from the weekend's game. So could you kind of talk about this rivalry? Has never gotten this heated. It seems crazy right now.
Yeah, I'm not really in it right now. I got my own stuff going on, but I can say, it's the best rivalry in college football, and sadly, I walk away, with no wins against him, and it still hurts me to my core. But at the same time, it taught me a lot of life lessons, a lot of lessons in general in the sport. And I think you give. I'm not gonna say, but all I can say is that it's now fair, and there's no cheating, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no binoculars and nothing like that. It's strictly line up and play, which what football is meant to be. So I'm excited to watch again this year, and hopefully I'm praying to God that we beat them. But it's at the end of the day, it's a great rivalry, it's a great sport, it's a great um, uh, fan base, both sides, and I'm excited to watch. But I'm always gonna go for my Buckeyes, and I'm still wishing that I can play in that game.
Right. I want to talk about the Texans obviously now. So you're about to start your third season in the NFL. Congratulations on that, first of all. But could you talk about your mindset coming off a sophomore year? I know you and the team wanted to accomplish more. But what were some of the biggest changes that happened in the off season for you and everyone to ensure that you guys, meet your potential?
I would just say the work. I mean, everything comes down to the work. And I think, we did a great job with our strength coaches and guys on their own program back home. Everybody came in shape, strong, fast, and I think, that's the start. And then, it's building off the scheme and what our identity is going to be. And I think we've done a great job of that. We're going to be downhill, run the ball, establish the run type of team. And I think, to have that is going to be great because, we've made our hay in the last couple of years off of drop back pass. But if we can add the element to our game, it'll open up a lot of other things. So I'm excited to line up with my new teammates. I think we brought in a lot of guys with a great mindset who want to be great. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Nico Collins, could you kind of talk about the player that he's become and just his ascension to being one of the best wideouts in the game and what that ceiling looks like this year for him?
Yeah, I think Nico is bought into, he's a top guy in his league, day in and day out. He shows up, he shows out, he's a baller. And I think he's bought into, that idea that hey, I'm really good at this sport. I need the ball, and he's very demanding of it, and I love it. And he's done a great job of taking, Hig and Jay No and the young guys that we have in our room, take them under their wing. So I'm very, very, proud of him and the leadership that he's now brought to our team. And, he's been amazing. So I'm just excited to see his growth, and I think he's gonna have a heck of a year.
Yeah. Last few for you. So week one, you head to LA to play the Rams. Does it feel like a homecoming game when you play in your home state? And do you have extra family that's going to come to that game? Are you excited?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm very excited. It's my first time playing there in the NFL, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm super blessed and honored and grateful to have an opportunity to play in the NFL and to have it be in LA. So yeah, I have a lot of family coming, and I'm excited to see them, and it'll be the first time they've seen me play in a long time. So I'm really excited.